Saturday night, and you've been invited to 2 parties, and you want to go to both of them, but you can only go to one. And you're having a hard time choosing between them, because choosing to go to one of them means choosing not to go to the other. And what if the one that you don't go to ends up being the more fun one, the more exciting one, and you missed it? But eventually you pick one and you go, and you're having a decent time. But then you start to wonder, isn't the music a little weird here? And this person who insists on talking so close to me, isn't their breath a little weird? You start thinking, well, maybe this is all much better at the other party. And that thought becomes too much, so you leave and you go to the other party, and you're there, and pretty soon that same thing starts happening again. You know, this party's okay, but it could be better. And where's that party I was looking for? That party I was looking forward to all week, that Saturday night, that perfect party. And you're getting antsy, so you check your phone, and you see that your friend has invited you to yet another party. And it's right down the road, so you go there, and this party looks really fun. But by the time you get there, it's already in full swing. And you're kind of standing off in the corner, feeling a little odd and a little creepy, not managing to break into the party. And so eventually you leave this one too. And it's late now, so you just head home. And as you're walking home, you're looking up at all the apartments, and every single lit window in those apartments feels like that's where that perfect party is, the one that you were looking for. And all the people walking home around you, they're all coming home from that. You're the only one who missed it. And it makes you feel a little sad and a little lonely, but also determined next time to find that perfect party. So when we talk about FOMO, or the fear of missing out, it's usually in this context, having a variety of social options, which leads to an anxiety about choosing between them, and an eventual regret once you've made that decision, and start holding it up for comparison against all those shiny, idealized options you didn't choose. In other words, it's the thought that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, there's something else and somewhere else that's more engaging and fun and cool that you are, at that very moment, missing out on. That the party has started and you're late. But it's not just about parties. That's just a helpful metaphor. FOMO can really apply to any decision you have to make. And the bigger the decision, the bigger the pressure is to make the right one. So all those big, scary life decisions, whom to marry, where to go to university, what to do for a career, all those are subject to FOMO. And then after you make that decision is when the worst part of FOMO sets in. Because in its deepest and most sinister form, the fear of missing out can be an inability to live in the present moment, an impatience with whatever's in front of you, and a desperate and irrational optimism for whatever isn't right in front of you, whatever's around the corner, just out of sight. Yeah, it's scary, right? But now that I've got you all scared of it, we can talk about how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it, and I don't even know if there is a fix for it. In my experience, so far, there hasn't been, and I've come to think of it as kind of a chronic condition. Once you have it forever. And it comes and goes, but it's always there with you. But like a chronic condition, we can at least treat the symptoms. And to do that, we have to figure out what's the deep down root cause of all this. So going back to that party metaphor, what was causing so much anxiety when you're trying to choose between the parties? Was the thought that out there somewhere was that perfect party. So your expectations were not aligned with the reality of what the situation was. And you were so convinced that there was that perfect party somewhere. So why did you think that? Probably because you are constantly and persuasively being told that out there somewhere is that perfect party. Whenever you log on to social media, you're presented with all this fun stuff that your friends are doing. And they're around your age, and they're like you, so naturally you're thinking, that could be me, and why isn't that me? I want that to be me. So it's a problem of desire. So to deal with desire, maybe we can deal with FOMO. And when you talk about desire, the most obvious and tempting solution is to just give into it, right? To go wherever it leads you, to do whatever it makes you want to do. But that's not treating it so much as just enabling it, like trying to get over an addiction by binging on the addictive thing. And if you let yourself do this with FOMO, you will never be having enough fun. And wherever you are will never be as cool as the place that you might be. So you can't treat it by just going with whatever it is that you want to do. So maybe then, if you get rid of desire, you'll get rid of that feeling. Maybe, actually. But as people with emotions will know, sometimes just telling yourself not to feel a certain way is not going to work, no matter how much logic and effort you put into it. Affection for an ex or anger at a friend, sometimes you are just going to feel things, no matter how desperately you want not to. So then, the compromise that I propose is that we should just let ourselves live with FOMO and try to work with it rather than against it. That we should use that desire as a source of energy and that fear as motivation. To let yourself feel FOMO, but be aware of it, be critical of it. Realize that those expectations are unattainable. There is no such thing as that perfect party. But there is a good party. And it's not so much a matter of finding it, but of making it. Less a matter of searching out that greener grass, and instead of you're supposed to water your own grass. And it helps me to think about this when I get a little overwhelmed, as if I'm a sailboat out at sea. And I can't really control what direction the wind is coming from, but what I can control is how I'm going to angle my sails into it. Thank you.